Yeah, let's take it away.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Nadia. I am joined by the wonderful shovelclaws, PT, and Thor as your host as well. Right now,
Hi again.
Hi again.
Hello again. Right now, we will be going through the movie DLC for all the Tokyo acts, where we get to play through these 3 levels as Movie Shadow, voiced by Keanu Reeves, alongside a very sick Westopolis remix from Shadow the Hedgehog 05. To spice things up and make this a little more interesting, I'm actually going to be doing the in-game time route. So this means I'll be using a lot more chaos control and intentionally hitting very specific enemies. Because compared to RTA, we don't really have to care about that. We just go as fast as we possibly can.
Yeah.
In-game time, completely different routes.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. This DLC is super sick. And of course, we get to show some love for the Sonic movies. It's so good.
Yes.
The Sonic movies have been real good, and I'm really excited that there's already word for Sonic 4 being made.
I still need to watch 2 and 3.
Please do.
I need you to get your life correct.
Please do. Please watch
After Back to
them.
Black ends, you got to go, get some movie tickets or something.
Yes.
Grab the movie tickets, go grab you Sonic 2, course correct, because that's something you shouldn't have said out loud.
I know. Listen, I'll get
Now
my
we're
Chow
on your ass.
plushie. I'll get my Chow plushie, and I'll make sure I have it with me. We can both watch together.
Yes, of course. All right, Nadia, you want to count us in?
All right, so I will start in 3, 2, 1, go, and we got one more. I gotta lock in, but a very different way. I don't know.
Walk in a little bit more of a Paramount way, you know?
Yeah, just a little.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right.
Of course, Shadow has been transported into Tokyo, and he looks a little bit different now. There aren't any Doom powers in this run, except for Chaos Control. Nadia mentioned earlier that IGT in game time is a little bit different from RTA, or real-time attack. In our main run of any percent, we actually didn't even mention that Chaos Control affects the in-game timer that displays up in the top left, because it frankly didn't matter. But now it kind of does. So let's talk about that. Every time you use a Chaos Control, it stops the timer for 6 seconds. 6 whole seconds of time save every time you click one. So that means that a lot of the time, what Nadia is going to do, especially during this DLC showcase, is go out of their way in order to destroy more enemies, or get another capsule that might be a little bit off of the beaten path, just because that equals 6 seconds of time save in response. As long as it doesn't take 6 seconds, then you know what? It's worth it. Also, before anyone asks in chat, because I feel like this question might come up, yes, it is 6 seconds. I know the game says 5. They lied to you. I don't know why Sega did that.
How
Well,
dare
I think
they?
it also misses the part where it's counting down from 5 flat.
Yes.
So, you have to account for the fact that the 0 counts down as well, and that's what makes it a full 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And something else I wanted to kind of interject on while we're talking about the Chaos Control here is it does freeze the time in the regular game, but because there's already so many things going on, that's why it's something that it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It mostly matters the heaviest when we're talking about doing things like the challenge levels, because there's some cases where when you're trying to race to the end in time, you have to deploy Chaos Control at certain intervals to make sure that you actually have enough falsified time to get there. The same thing's
Right.
really nice too when you have the timing for get so many rings in a time frame. Is it 12 seconds? Just kidding. With Chaos Control and the power of destroying other things, it's more like 28 seconds. Please continue.
And speaking of destroying things, we just destroyed a gun helicopter right now.
Now, speaking of destroying things,
course.
PT, can I ask, do you like to save the animals in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle?
God,
I do. I love saving the animals in Sonic Adventure 2 battles. So that incentive that just opened up is one that also we got to do the stunner pose. That is one that just opened up. That is a brand new thing that's super duper fun that Nadia, that Meltra actually proposed. So what's going to happen with that incentive is across all the levels in Sonic Adventure 2, there's little animals that you can save. And the reason why they're called Chow animals is because they are animals that you use to raise your Chow in the Chow Garden. So instead of just blasting through all the levels as you do, because it is a speed run, we are in a speed running marathon, it simply makes sense. We're going to actually take a tiny little detour, and don't worry, it's not going to give us any extra estimate time, not more than like a minute or two, give or take, maybe 5 at the maximum if somebody decides that they want to hide. But it'll let us go in, and every single level, that means Meltra will save 5 animals to bring home with us to the Child Garden. Now, whether or not we're going to the Child Garden is a completely different conversation. I can't help you there. But we can at least save the animals one more time this marathon, because we saved them in Crow Country, we saved them in Metroid. I would love to see us get some cute animals during the Sonic Adventure 2 run, especially considering this also comes with the bonus PT lore, because I can tell you about all the animals that are being picked up and what they do to affect your child as they're growing up.
Well, see, now I need to hear about that. And chat, we're just $650 away from that incentive. So when you donate, make sure that you go down to the bottom and you click that incentive so that you can put towards that. It is going to be an exciting time, and I need to know more about Chow lore. So just saying,
Oh,
Yeah, right.
the Child Garden is like the best part, but we're playing Shadow Generations right now, so I unfortunately have to plug it. And we need to talk about these movie DLCs.
I mean, I don't know. I liked hearing the plug-in because that sounds like a mighty fine incentive to me. I like the job.
I love the Chow, and I love that some of the animals, it's just a really interesting thing because animals also come in at different spawn rates. So there's also animals that are super rare.
They haven't met the incentive yet. Don't give away too much.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, that's all y'all get. shovelclaws got a point, because now we got to do this challenge where I was watching Nadia practice this a little bit and had a lot of questions about why we were doing all this work with certain enemies and certain balloons. And I believe that that's what we last left off on talking about a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, so this is the challenge section. The Tokyo DLC came with 3 stages, all of them in the same actual stage, but 2 of them are challenges. And the goal of this one is to destroy 50 balloons. Nadia just cleared that one up. But you'll see Nadia going out of the way to destroy those enemies, again, just for chaos control. And additionally, in challenges, you have that extra side objective. So if you can get chaos control while you're doing that side objective, that's really valuable. You're getting essentially a 2-for-1 deal. And then into our second challenge. This is the last one, so whenever we hit the goal ring is going to be time for our little DLC showcase. But this one is a lot harder because you need 250 rings. I don't think I've ever played a Sonic game where I got 250 rings in my life, except for Frontiers, because that one was easy. But a little bit more of that reminder, Chaos Control glitch, or Chaos Capsule glitch, where whenever you hit one of those Chaos Control capsules, you hold down the button for Chaos Control, you can actually immediately get that Chaos Control, and it'll refill the meter after you're done with your Chaos Control. So that allows you to get another 2-for-1 deal. It's a great value up here in Shadow Generations.
Oh, and time will be coming up right now. Time.
Very nicely done. That was a super clean showcase of some of Shadow Generations ILs. ILing in this game is super popular, super accessible. Literally, you just boot up the game and you have all of the levels at your fingertips and the time attack mode that you get after you beat the game. So you can go do this yourself. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm. And wow, I mean, what a fantastic showcase. Chat, please make sure, well, first off, that you are going and showing these wonderful runners and also the wonderful couch, all the love in the world. Make sure you go and follow them. We've got Nadia, we've got shovelclaws, and we've got PleasantlyTwstd. Make sure you're going and showing them all love. And can I ask, do you have any shout-outs that you'd like to give? Tell people where they can find you and what you'll be doing next. You rocked it, and congratulations on the GDQ debut.
Thank you so much. First off, I'd love to shout out Bobo Nimi, or Bobo's Cafe, as they donated throughout the runs. She was the artist responsible for this wonderful PNG tuber that I had specifically hooked up for this run and this event, and I do plan to keep using it going forward. So thank you so much, Bobo. Shout outs to my parents. Obviously, my mom pulled through with the donation, which is very heartwarming. They are very supportive of all my fun little gaming endeavors, so I'm glad they were there to watch some of this. Also, big shout out to some of my Smash homies. I do compete a lot in Smash Ultimate. I main Sonic, big surprise, I know. But I know some of them pulled through as well, and they were watching. And of course, I'd love to give a big shout out to shovelclaws and PT, as well as everyone else in the Back for Black community. It has been a very wonderful time prepping for this run. I'm very grateful to have this be my first ever marathon, especially since I would have never thought years ago that, oh, okay, I'd be speedrunning something, and then one step further, and we're actually in a marathon right now. So it's insane to me. Thank y'all so much for that.
Yeah, I am so proud of Nadia doing this. I knew Back to Black was happening for a very long time because I like this damn event. It's super special, super unique, and very important, especially right now, I think. And Nadia got world record in Shadow Gens, and I was like, okay, I have a wild idea. Hear me out. And then we just kind of... I don't know why I'm saying we. Nadia did all the work, but I planted the seed, and then here we are a month or two later. And yeah, I'm so proud of Nadia for spreading those wings and spreading those doom wings. Haha, get it? And doing this run. And of course, the Back to Black community is just fantastic. What a fantastic group of people. I am not part of this community. My white ass cannot be. I am super honored to be able to look at this group of people and call a lot of them my friends, and the fact that this exists at all for people who to get together and do is awesome. Like it's great. So PT, Limey, everyone else on staff, I think, have done really fantastic work. And PT, you want to close us out with any thoughts?
I actually am not, because chat has to deal with me for another little bit, because I'm going to be commentating the now unlocked at 40,000 hecking dang doll hairs run of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, Dark Story, and a new game file with Meltra. So I'll just see y'all after a little bit of these breaks that we're taking. But Thor, by all means,
very
the next thing is on the agenda.
Very quick, if I may. Very quick.
Go for it.
So before we close out, if y'all want to follow me, I do plan to stream runs. Might go in even other speed games. Like I'm looking into maybe Sonic Superstars. You can find me on Nadia_Hooligan_ on Twitch.
Go follow the goat.
Yes, same thing for Blue Sky and Twitter as well. I'm looking forward to doing another marathon in the future. Thank y'all for having me.
Well, everyone, you heard